top of the morning to you all. Listen, we have to get to a point where we are not going to allow our circumstances to determine our praise. We have to get to a point in our walk with God where we're going to have that I'm gonna serve him until I die mentality. It's not until I went through some things, it's not until I was able to walk out this faith walk that I was able to really see what these old people meant. These seasoned people, man. The seasoned saints used to always be like, for God I live and for God I die. They would be so rooted and grounded in God. And you could tell that it wasn't just something that they were saying. It wasn't just a rehearsed testimony, but they really meant what they were saying. And I believe we have to get to a point where we are saying, for God I live and for God I'll die. I don't care what circumstance come my way. I don't care what the wind blows my way. I don't care who I lose. I don't care who I gain. At the end of the day, I'm going to serve the Lord until I die. I made a vow to the Lord and I'm not going to take it back. And we have to get to that moment. And when you get to that moment in your faith walk, you will understand how certain things ain't gonna bother you. You'll begin to see and recognize how certain things don't shake you anymore. You'll begin to recognize how certain things aren't going to rattle you anymore. And it's because you have made up in your mind that you're not going to waver. You have made up in your mind that you're going to be rooted in God no matter what. The Bible says that the unstable man, or the double-minded man rather, is unstable in all his ways. And then it talks about how the wind blows them to and fro. You have to be so rooted in God. And if you're not rooted in God, that's when that double-mindedness comes in. That's when the enemy begins to prey on your mind. That's when you begin to become lukewarm. That's when you begin to say, today I'm going to serve the Lord, tomorrow I'm going to turn up. You have to make up in your mind that you're going to serve the Lord with all of your heart and with all of your mind. Now is not the time to be dibbling and dabbling in sin. Now is not the time to just be testing the waters for fun. But now is the time to get rooted in God. And I promise you, when you get rooted in God, you'll begin to see how different things that are thrown your way is not going to bother you. You'll begin to see your strength become elevated. You'll begin to see how your peace becomes elevated, because what happens is you take on the peace of God. You take on the faith of God. You take on the strength of God, but it takes being rooted first. I love you guys. Be blessed.